Saturday, good people. Remix Morning Show. We're in the building. I have a couple guests here in the 9 o'clock hour. One will be coming on in a few seconds. She's out of New Orleans. She is co-founder of Breath is Life, senior director of international climate and policy campaign at Sierra Club. She's a 20 plus year career, has a 20 plus year career beginning in the Gulf South, working in air quality and public health. And she's seen all types of different climate crises and cancer epidemics unfolding. And she's going to talk to us about an event they have coming on and also just who she is. Peace. What's going on, Cherelle?
Good morning. How you doing? Peace.
Man, I'm cool in the gang, man. Trying to be as cool as you and our other guest who's playing hooky right now.
Yeah. Hopefully she'll be right on.
We'll find her. We know that sometimes those hours get confused and whatnot. And since I know her husband, we're blaming on him. Anyway,
there we go.
welcome to the
Trent's
show.
Fault.
Yes, blame it on Trent. Yes. So it's a lot going on. You're in New Orleans right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Before we go to what's going on this weekend, tell us about your career because you seem to be real heavy on environment and climate control and health.
Yeah.
So can you kind of give us some background on that?
Yeah. So I'm an environmentalist, trained as a atmospheric chemist. I've been working on public health and the environment for 20 plus years, like you said. And started in Louisiana, but I've worked in all over the place, all over the Gulf South, and then also Portland, Oregon, and DC, other places like that. So, yeah, just trying to make sure that, in particular, Black people who are mostly on the front lines of this climate crisis understand what's going on, understand pollution and what it's doing to our bodies and to our minds, and then also how we can rise to this occasion and live through this existential threat.
Yes. So, I mean, and I'm glad you're talking about this. This is one of the things that, particularly in the Black community, when you say that you're an environmentalist, folks look at you like you're out of your mind. I was talking to some folks a while back, and I said, yeah, man, they was like, well, what does FTP mean? I said, one of the things was for the planet. He's like, what do you mean? I said, the environment. We got to get, get things in order. And it's like, well, the environment. I'm like, listen, all the issues we have on the planet, police brutality, political prisoners, and any type of things dealing with human rights, we won't have to worry about if the planet is jacked up. So
that's right.
If you could give us an idea of what we're looking at right now, climate-wise, on this planet.
Well, that's timely because the COP27 is coming up. In fact, next weekend, both myself and Sunny will be in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, for this UN climate conference. It's a world climate conference. And, one of the big issues is loss and damage. Basically, those parts of the world, and some of them are in the US, that are expected to not live through sea level rise and are not expected to live through more than 1.5 degrees of warming, have called on the global north and those who have been polluting everywhere and are saying, listen, we're going to lose our homes and livelihoods because of what you've been doing, because of the gains that you've been making financially. And you have to make us whole. You have to make sure that we're not the losers in this. So loss and damage is supposed to be funding to stop just that. Like, think of Hurricane Katrina. That was a bunch of loss and damage. People lost their homes, they lost their lives. The city has come back, but it's not the same as it was before. So, yeah. And so that's one. And then, oh goodness, I would say another important point is just, we're at 1.2 degrees of warming right now. And all the world scientists say that 1.5 degrees of warming is the tipping point by which we have then runaway climate change, by which we can't even say what the consequences are. We can't calculate that. We don't even know how bad it will be. And the climate crisis is much more accelerated than scientists thought in the beginning. So this idea of sticking to 1.5 is really important. And right now, IPCC and International Energy Agency just came out with reports last week saying that we are on track for either 2 or 4 degrees of warming.
Wow.
That's way beyond the 1.5. So that should be alarming to everybody. Like, okay, we're off track. We need to get back on track to the 1.5.
That is horrific. You know what I'm saying? I think that first and foremost, we're definitely gonna have to invite you back on for a longer discussion around the climate, because I think that it is so many of us take it for granted, and they think that it's just like the numbers you were just spitting. It's like it means nothing. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna live or whatever, so on and so forth. But we don't really understand how deep we are inside of this hellhole. What I want to do real quick is I want to bring on our other guests who she finally tied her husband up, so she's able to come on in, because we gotta get him out the way sometimes. He be out of control. Good sister Sunni Patterson in the building. What's happening, Sunni?
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Can you hear me? Because I couldn't hear y'all on the laptop.
You couldn't hear us?
Oh, yeah.
I hear you now. But I hear
good.
going from my phone. But that's how,
Man, listen, yes. We was just kicking it. Cherelle was dropping so much science and whatnot.
She's
Me about to.
That's what scientists do.
I know. I'm about to change careers. I mean, like, shit, this seems safer to be a scientist these days.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So
that was something I saw this morning about about the brother and everything.
Right. From
brother.
Yeah. Takeoff. Yeah. But for folks who are not familiar with Sunni Patterson, Sunni is I think that it would probably be, to me, saying a poet is like such a understatement. But she is I would say she is and some of my poet friends gonna be mad at me, but sorry, y'all got to swallow it. In our generation, she is the poet laureate. She is, to our generation, what Nikki and what the last poets, and Gil and Oscar Brown and Sonia and so many others were to their generation. So she's a great sister of mine. We love her in spite of her choice of husbands. Because shout out to my brother Trent. But Sunni's a renowned poet and also a priestess. And she could also fight too. Don't let that smooth voice fool you and get effed up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Sunni, welcome. What's good with you?
Oh man, everything.
Everything.
I'm blessed by the best. The complaints I had, I could shift them with a thought. So I'm all right.
No doubt. We definitely happy to have you on board today. I want to talk about what's going on this weekend, because I think that before I even do that, you have a new book out.
I do.
And I know, and I've been trying to get my brother Trent. I'm like, Trent, tell Sunni come on the show, whatever. Sonny said, oh yeah, I talk. Trent, he give you the wrong information. You be on the wrong show, but it's okay.
Right.
Oh, you be on somebody else's show.
He on you.
Yeah, no snitching. That's the policy. I want you to tell us the title of your new piece and what's it about and how can folks jump on it.
Yeah, so it's entitled "We Know This Place." It's a book of poetry. It's a book of poetry that took a while, not because it took a while to write, just because it took a while to compile, I guess. But that was on me. At first I was going back and forth with what pieces, what this, what that. It took one of my elders to say, who's a phenomenal poet, writer, and activist, Kalonji Changa. He said, honey, just put stuff together. Just put it, don't matter. Just put it together. So, that was a big thing. So with the press, as far as the University of New Orleans Publishing and Renegade Press with Kalonji Changa, it came together. So it's about, there are 3 sections: observation, dedication, Love was the section. Meditation, meditation, observations, and dedication. So it's kind of separated into those parts, and it goes back into, it really just kind of examines through this aspect of poetry what really is knowing, but then also what really is the place. So
Right.
about, really just that we know this place, which one, all of them, because that's what Black folk do. If we don't do nothing else, we be knowing.
We be
So,
knowing.
so
Right.
this is, paying homage to that aspect of knowing.
No doubt. No doubt. So how can folks get a copy of that before we get into what's going on this weekend? Because everybody in the chat, I know they about to pull their wallets out right now.
Oh
You know
man,
what I'm saying? Yeah,
so right now is you can go to the website sunnypatterson.com. It'll bring you there to purchase the book. You can go straight to Amazon to get the book. If you just put in Sunni Patterson, it'll come up. Sunny with an I and a U, SUNNI. It'll come up, and you get it from there. Amazon, you get it about 2 days. Coming to me might take a little longer, so you might want to go to Amazon to go ahead.
at least you honest. No doubt. No doubt. So this weekend is gonna be heavy. It's a lot going on.
A lot going on. It's gonna be a good weekend. The Algiers Ancestor Festival. And Kalonji, you've been here before and been in the area before. So, this is an aspect of honoring, yes, those, just the all of these mighty enslaved beings who came here to really build and create infrastructure, culture, what we know as not just Algiers, but what we know as New Orleans. So we pay homage to, we're paying homage to all of them. We're paying homage to the Maroon, the ones who did come and still left, right? Paying homage even to those when we come further out. Yes, from the river, we're looking at this aspect. Because where we end, I think about this often when we get to the levee, right? Because there's a part which would be that Saturday. Friday is the speakers to learn more about the history of Algiers, and performers. It comes out Friday night, drummers, food, all of those kind of things. But Saturday, right, is the procession. So that that piece is something, one, because how New Orleans utilizes its streets is a different thing. So from this aspect of second line and bringing in and merging this aspect of second line, a lot of people don't look at a second line as a procession in that way. But the reality is that anytime we gather and utilize our streets in the way that we do, the biggest part is really that we thinking we just walking, right? But really it is this aspect of conjuring, calling, and stumping up spirits to come and assist us while we are here in this realm. The biggest part for us was to sweep the streets and what that means, right? We started this in 2020. And when we thought about it, we knew it was 2020, but we didn't think about this aspect of I don't want to say it like that, but when I say we didn't think about this aspect of the pandemic, we absolutely thought about this aspect of the pandemic. And that was really one reason why we brought it forward, because we knew what it was that we needed to assist us during this time, right? The organization we have, Breath is Life, we at the top of the pandemic, we had so Breath is Life is the name of the organization, but Breath is Life is also the name of the events that we put on to bring together and merge this. I don't know if Cherelle, you spoke about that part, but to merge this aspect of science and art and spirituality and what that means and looks like for our communities, right? To bring not just awareness, but some real tangible kind of solutions that we can have, right, while we're in the space. So at the top of 2020, myself as artist, it's Cherelle as scientist and atmospheric chemist, it's Shira Blazer, who is Cherelle's sister, who's a rheumatologist and doctor. Then it's Bianca. I can't never get Bianca last name, Lord, but it's Bianca.
McCants. Bianca McCants. Yeah.
you know, our therapists and everything. So the main thing for us is to look at this aspect of climate and health, right, from this holistic space. So we started, as far as 2020, out with dealing with COVID and the, you know, coronavirus and everything, from that space, bringing just this aspect, and specifically as it pertains to Black folk and what that looks like for us in our communities. And then later on in the year, we bring in and brought in this aspect of ancestors, so that again, as we're sweeping the streets, we're going through, this is, you know, beyond just, oh yeah, let's bring out, let's have a second line or a masquerade in this sense. No, when we understand what that is and energetically what it does for us individually and what it does for us collectively, you know, it's really about, it's so many words that come up with it, because it's sweeping is the only word. And when I'm saying sweeping, I'm saying, you know, we know what a broom does.
Right.
Right? And not only that, we know what an old broom does. You know, old broom knows all the corners, right? Old broom knows, you know, old broom know how to get in them spots, the
It's
cracks.
done it before.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is why we do what it is that we do, and why we do it publicly, also in that way. And you know, having our health at the top. You know, it's a lot of things that we had to do to ensure, you know, to ensure safety, to ensure that, you know, as we gather, you know, we together, and we're making a true and real difference, when it comes down to how we are growing and expanding our communities.
Listen, that is I saw the video from, I think it was
Oh yes.
2020. And it's, I mean, first of all, I just want to say your joint ancestors. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's the exact title or whatever, but that's always on rotation with me. That's like one of my wake up alarms. I just want you to know that. But also I'm about the jacket for my show. I'm just telling you now. So tell you people, give my people whatever they're gonna do. That's gonna be my new intro. But
watch me work.
Yes,
watch me work. That's my favorite one.
Yes, it is so the spiritual aspect and the cultural aspect of what you all are doing is what I love, because to me, I feel that politics without culture is confusion.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And so many people are so, you know, they're on point when it comes to politics, but when it comes to their own culture, it's like, you know, that's not important.
Yeah.
So I want to ask both of you, and we're pressed for time, unfortunately, but
Right.
I wanted to get y'all on here. I want to ask both of you, how important to you all is culture to our movement? How important is spirituality and culture to our movement?
I mean, I can answer quickly. Paramount to our movement. It needs to be what all of our movements quite literally flow from. So yeah, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah, culture. I'm big on that. Culture is a barrier. It protects us. When we're thinking, it's quite often we don't, for whatever reason, we don't look at it from that space a lot of times, that it is truly a protective barrier, that assists us, you know, along the way. But then I also come from the space and definition, right? It says that spirituality is the highest form of politics. If we're saying that politics is the gaining and maintaining of power, how do we gain and maintain power? And for many of us, it is through this aspect of culture and spirituality. So, you know, when we're moving from that space, and when we're moving from that space genuinely, authentically, strategically, faithfully, victoriously, right? Thinking this way in advance, is things that allow us to, it's a stepping stool. I don't know if it's a stepping stool, it's a trampoline.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, and I'm glad that you all, you know, because that's one of my struggles with my people. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's either too much of one thing and not enough of another.
Oh,
you know, when we're talking about this thing, it's mental, spiritual, and physical.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the baddest fighter in the world, but if you don't have your politics correct, then you'll be fighting on the wrong team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that spiritual foundation, that grounding, then you'll be confused into thinking that you are literally your ancestors when you haven't done anything to go near the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And from the like I said, the mental thing, it's so necessary. So I'm grateful to have you all on here. And I'm still working my way out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know.
Yeah, you gotta come.
Come.
Year 3. This is year 3. You gotta come.
Man,
next year.
I know I'm slipping. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna blame it on Trent again and say he gave me the wrong date. He did tell me the end of November at first.
He did it. Now, in his defense, we did have to push the date up. We had to push the date up
this year, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna let him slide this time.
Yeah. We gotta let him slide. Both of us.
Okay.
A conference in Egypt. It's a climate conference in Egypt. So we leave right after the conference.
Oh man, well, travel safe on that for sure.
It's a piece. So in his defense,
yes.
Okay, the Ancestor Festival is the 4th and the 5th.
Yes.
So we hope that people do come. The evening of the 4th.
Where?
Yes, go ahead.
Where?
Okay, tell me the name of the spot, Sunny. You know better than I do.
It's the
That's terrible.
So this is the other part. Because we've had to shift places. Look at this. The first place we went right. I was like, boy, we'll work that thing in a way. So the first place we went, they ended up calling us to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
The owner was very sick. They didn't know if he was gonna make it. All these kind of things. We was like, dang, this is an ancestor festival, not a funeral. All right, we're gonna let's figure something else. All right. So we went ahead. So now it's at the Old Algiers Cultural Center, which is formerly the Craig Center. I think you have been there before, Kalonji, at some point.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's the Old Craig Center. It's 1800 Newton Street.
Okay.
7:00 on Friday. 7 to whatever. Just get there. Because you don't know, like we say, ain't no party like a goon party, like an ancestor.
And it don't go stop.
So that's 7 p.m.
Okay.
This Friday, November 4th, and then November 5th is 2:00. We start the procession at 2:00. We leave from the corner of Nunez and Lamarck here in Algiers, and leave from here. Go to the river.
That's what's up. That's what it is. We definitely will be pushing it, promoting it, and definitely travel safe to Egypt. That sounds like a wonderful thing. We want to get you all back on, give us a report on that when you all get back on town. Is that a possibility or what?
That's it.
Okay.
Happy to.
All right. I don't know if I got to speak to y'all people and whatnot or what, but anyway, definitely appreciate what you all bringing to the table, and may the Creator and the ancestors continue to have you in that path.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you in a few ticks. We got my man Bashir background. Sunny said, give you a shout out. So
yes.
Yeah. We're gonna have him on next. But definitely we appreciate y'all joining us, Remix Morning Show. And we'll be back at you, Sunni Patterson, Cherelle Blazer. Till next time.
You.
They heard you tonight. The bones tonight will tremble through this land. And those of Yimbo who saw us, they will not forget. Because you showed them how to respect the truth. The truth that you are here from the beginning. And you will be here till the end. Ashe. May you live long life. Ashe. Kosti Buruku. May no wickedness confront you. Ashe. Kosti Iku. May no death come against you. Ashe. Kosi Wahala. No confusion in your life. Ashe. Lead your life with love, never with fear. Ashe.
Ancestor, ancestor, take my hand. Ancestor, lead me on. Ancestor, let me stand. Ancestor, I get tired. Ancestor, I get weak. I get weak. Knows I get warm. Ancestor, through the storm. Ancestor, through the night. Ancestor, lead me on. Ancestor, through the light. Ancestor, take my hand. Ancestors, and lead me on. In my way grows drift. Ancestors, please linger near. When my life is almost gone, hear my cry, hear my call. Take my hand, lest I fall. Take my hand, ancestors, and lead me on. Hear my cry, hear my call. Take my hand, lest I fall. Take my hand, ancestors, and lead me on.
Familo Wosoke, Kilik Belga. I am that which walks with you through the torrential rains of life without getting wet. I am that which walks with you through the firestorm within, yet fire cannot burn me. I am that which walks with you through the winds of transformation, yet cannot be uprooted. I am the memory whose shoulders you stand on when feet plant on earth. I am the head that came before a book. I am the you in that mirror that you look. Say my name. I am ancestor. I am a gungun. Ashe.
Mojuba, Egun, Mojuba, Egun, Mojuba, Egun, Mojuba. Hear my cry, hear my call. Take my hand, lest I fall. Take my hand, ancestors, and lead me on. Ancestor, you are breath, you are bridge. You carry us over tumultuous time. You who can hear and answer with quick remedy, you are ready before we ask. You who can speak through tongues of trees and fire and water, this earth cannot hold you.
The force of nature is coming. The one who knows bad but only does good. That is me. So when I come into any area, I remove all the bad energy. I make people back away. That's why you see people running to the house. This don't belong to them, this belongs to us. I said, that's why I carry my whip. They will no longer beat us. No more.
Ancient futuristic, divine linguistics, Odumeru nature, Akashic records, we got soul, we got soul, holy hieroglyphics, we speak in codes, Adinkra symbols, less traveled roads. They looked for me, searched here and there, fooled them all. I'm everywhere, ancient futuristic, divine linguistics, Akashic records, we got soul. We got soul. Cooling waters, machete sharp. Honey pots, body made of stars. Goddess grandeur is all I know. My odd feathers, golden flow, just meet me at the river. Watch me work, just watch me work. Watch me work, meet me at the crossroads. Watch me work, just watch me work. Watch me work. Thunderstorm or pouring rain, lightning strike, it's all the same. Ocean deep or mountain high, violet flame, purify. Watch me work. Watch me work. Watch me work. Watch me work. Ancient futuristic, divine linguistics, Odumeru nature, Akashic records, we got soul. Got soul. Watch me work. 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 Meet me at the river. Meet me at the crossroads. Thunderstorm, pouring rain, lightning strike, all the same. Ocean deep, mountain high, violet flame, purify. Watch me work.